I'm Erin Hartman, and I just thought I would share here some of the ways that I am working to make my classroom a more blended classroom with options for the digital side of things for students to both work on while they're in person as well as have access to at home. So, very first thing, we're looking at modules page in one of my Canvas courses. At the beginning of this semester, I teach the students that modules are essentially a to-do list so that they can see when they've completed something and it's marked off with a green check mark, and when they have not, it is with the red circle. And that just helps them have one stop to go to so that they can see what they have done and what they have not completed without checking in and having to ask me, like, what do I still need to do? So then that's one example. I really like that for executive functioning and giving students control over their own destiny as far as it comes to keeping track of their assignments and what they need to complete. Second thing I'm going to show you here is apparently denied. Bear with me just a second. Oh, my page is not found. Okay. Let's try this again. So second thing I'm going to show you is a set of notes that I give to students. Since the pandemic, I have delivered all note taking to students in the pages of Canvas. So I have both a video of me explaining the notes and then also the Google Slides presentation. Now I do an interactive activity in class with students to teach them new concepts, in this case, gross domestic product. But if the student missed the class, they have the opportunity to watch the video so that they can hear the explanation as opposed to just reading what's in the notes. And it's also available if students need to go back and review later. So all of my note taking is in class. However, they do have access to it outside of class as well. The next item in here is an assignment in addition to, well, I thought it was an assignment. Let's try one more time. Technology is great when it works correctly. I thought I had all my tabs open, but I guess not. Okay, so here's another example of an assignment that we do in class. Anytime things are at all not 100% clear, I try to make a video. And in this case, there is a video that's not currently showing up, but there is a video in Canvas that explains to the students how to complete this assignment. I tell the students in class, if you're here, you're getting the live version, you don't need to watch the video. But for students that aren't in class, they do have video instructions. Or if students need to go back again and have more clarification, or if their parents or teacher of record have a question, all of that stuff is recorded in my assignments. The last thing that I'm going to show you is a feature that I use h5p.org for. So that allows me to build some assessments in an online platform and then drop them into Canvas. It works the best when there is a subscription. However, I'm using the free version currently for my classes, and so sometimes it's glitchy, but it is really nice to be able to give kids interactives to complete in Canvas. So this is an example of a self-paced review that I have the students do in class. I do give them points for participating, and we also do a live review where there's back and forth and dialogue and things like that. But once we're done with that, I have them go through and complete this on their own. I give them a grade for their attempt, and then they also have access to go through as many times as they want to review, and they can do a quick check-in before they take a test, for example, just to remind themselves what's going to be on it. So for example, the question we're looking at here says, what do we call a person that has given up and dropped out of the workforce? If I say, well, I think that's a deadbeat, I can click on that and then check my answer, and it will tell me, no, that isn't correct. Now, if I'm stumped, I can choose show solution, but I can also retry and say, oh yeah, Mrs. Hartman talked about that. I think that's called a discouraged worker, and then it shows me that I got that one right. I can then toggle through, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds of question stems that I can choose from and that I can throw at the kids, and they can use it to kind of like a self-paced Kahoot, but it's embedded right in Canvas. The last thing, I guess I said this was the last thing. I got one more thing. I'm really working to add some supplementary materials to my courses, and I oftentimes have students tell me they don't know how to study or what that looks like. So I'm really working with that, especially in my dual credit courses where students are college bound. What I am trying to do is give them some study strategies rather than homework activities to complete every day. So this is my agenda. I've got standards and objectives that we review together. I've got the agenda for what we're doing in class. And then the last thing we do is talk about the study strategies. So I have been aligning everything we're doing with the textbook so that they can go back and use that as a study strategy. But I'm also curating videos that basically like 3 to 5 minute videos that cover what we talked about that day so that they have a quick way that they can review later. And eventually, what I would like to do is also teach or demonstrate for students how to use video more effectively, not just watch it, but what are some things you can do with it to help yourself remember the concepts that are inside. So one step at a time. Right now I'm working on curating those, but eventually I will be able to include that with some instruction about how to use video more effectively. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.